If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A channel shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. As you can see here,
We have a special stream.
Stacy and Fernando.
Not a birthday stream this time.
Not birthday.
Not a better late than never stream.
Not a better late than never stream. But
This one is an anniversary
an
stream.
anniversary stream. Love is a very splendid thing. Yeah, man. Stacy and Fernando.
They've been with us
together
for a while.
for a long.
They've been with each other longer.
Long time. Metal Angel goes, I like the stream, bitch. Because I said, the more likes, the more streams. All right, guys. Here we go. Stacy and Fernando.
Luminous Night, I was praying for you today. Just wanted you to know.
Okay. Yes, we are praying for the big homie Luminous Night. Look at this freaking picture.
Yeah, I pulled that one up. I was like, oh yeah.
Look at this freaking picture.
This was from one of their other previous streams.
Nothing but gangsters in this family, ladies and gents. Check this out, guys. Check this out. Tell me that that's not a metal family if I've never seen one.
Yep.
This is like the realest freaking metal family of all freaking time. Like, everybody here is a straight up gangster. I love it. Okay, so this is Stacy. That's Stacy. That's Fernando.
And their children.
And their
the
children.
Crew.
Fernando is gonna co-write a book with me about how to get hot girls to marry you. You mean how to get hot girls to marry you if you're not rich? Correct. So Fernando, hey, Vlad in the house. Yeah. So him and I,
They're gonna
Fernando, we're gonna co-write a book about how to get hot girls to marry you.
What can we say, Stacy? What can we say?
Because when you're rich, I mean,
it depends on how you guys write this book. This could insult us.
It's not that difficult to get them to marry you when you're rich. All right, guys, here we go. Song number 1, Chicago TRS in the house. Let's go. Song numero uno, Shelter Me, Black Label Society.
Check it out. I feel like
we are in the midst of the anniversary stream. You guys know what it is. Here we go.
Happy anniversary.
Hola desde Chile. Here we go, guys. Let's do it. Song number 1, Shelter Me, Black Label Society.
A bit of milk, too.
Let's go.
abandoned world was you, the eternal void, infinite and true. Can you hear me? Oh, your name calling once again. Shelter me this empty burden that makes me whole. The sun, the moon, the stars, I'd give them all away for you. The sunshine that light on me for so long. You came to me. Now I feel that I belong. Can you hear me? Oh, your name falling once again. Shelter me this empty burden that makes me whole. The sun, the moon, the stars, I'd give them all away for you. Shelter me this empty burden that makes me whole. The sun, the moon, the stars, I'd give them all away for you.
There's the end.
Was a bit sudden,
It was
Mr.
extremely-
Okay.
That's
we
true,
are
that's
thanked.
true.
They thanked us for watching. Well, I appreciate it. All right, here we go. This is nope. That's not the one. Somebody messed up.
Dwayne beats everyone, I guess.
Yep. Shelter me. Here we go. All right.
The
I
sun,
was there when Sori was born. I suggested her name.
of course you did. Of course. Wait a
She
second.
looks like
You're
a
my
Soraya.
dad?
Yeah, she looks like a Soraya. Isn't it like Soraya Liana or something like that? Some weird, horrible.
Horrible.
I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great. All right.
You only think it's horrible because you hate me.
I could use more volume myself.
the right way?
What about this kind of volume? Is that helpful? I think this kind of volume is probably what you could use yourself, huh?
Okay.
All right.
The sunshine in my darkened world was you. The eternal void, infinite and true. Can you hear me call your name? Falling, falling once again. Shelter me, this empty burden that makes me whole. Okay, it kind of sounded like, okay, what I got from it was one person that's, suffers from depression or something. They're like the infinite void that keeps kind of pulling them in, but that the other person was the sunshine in their darkened world.
Yeah, that's how I interpret it. The sunshine in my darkened world was you.
Not anymore.
Why?
I said was. The
That doesn't
sunshine in my darkened world was you.
That doesn't
Or maybe
necessarily-
they got out of that dark spot. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's over.
Sori
It
is
could-
short
it-
for Soraya.
It could just be saying like, in my past when shit was really dark, you were there for me type of thing. It could be a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's over. The sunshine in my darkened world was you, the eternal void.
No, I didn't think it was over until when you read it. When you read it and you said, was you.
I got you.
That's when all of a sudden I was like, wait. Oh.
Can you hear me call your name falling? See, so he's saying, can you hear me call your name in the present tense? So he's saying, you were there for me in the past, but now, right now, can you hear me? See what I'm saying? The eternal void, eternal and infinite and true. What do you think that's about?
I just thought that was like him, because the sunshine in my darkened world was you, the eternal void, infinite and true. Can you hear me call? I just thought I pictured a black hole when this part came on, and that it is constantly sucking that person. Like that person constantly feels like, and like, I don't know if you've ever, I was looking for some sounds for the other night. Listen to that space stuff. And there's like, actually you can listen to like the sound of a black hole for like friggin' hours. I think I put it on for like a smidge of a second. Yeah. And I actually felt like if you had some contemplative time while doing it, it actually probably would feel really weird. But anyway, that was kind of what I was thinking of when I saw like this giant black hole, and I just like depression, I think is like that. It's because it kind of like sucks from you, but it also mesmerizes you simultaneously. So it to me resembles the black hole metaphor. So when he said the eternal void, infinite and true, and he talked about the darkness that she was the light in, I just felt like his existence, a lot of it has to do with that black hole. That's why I gave it depression. I said it was depression, but it seems like in the song maybe he wants her to be that, like, because she was before, so he wants her to do it again.
Yeah, when I hear eternal void, infinite and true, I'm automatically going to think death. Right? Because it's eternal, it's infinite, and it's true in the sense that it's reality. If you take the correspondence view of truth, which is that all truth is that which corresponds to reality. So if it's saying to you, there's an eternal void that is infinite and true, it seems like that's talking about death. Like, the sunshine in my darkened world was you, the eternal void, infinite and true. Can you hear me call your name? Like, it's almost like even if I died, do we still have that kind of a connection? Do we have a connection that would be able to, where you'd be able to hear me even past the infinite void, even beyond death?
Oh, wow.
Type of thing.
Wow.
And if that's we look into a lot of things about the supernatural and things like that. Like, we're reading a book right now about aliens, I guess you want to call them, whatever. But I have read those stories where the person is communicating with their loved one from across the grave or whatnot. So that's a really interesting question. Like, how does that work? And like, if I was like controlling that, like, would I even allow that to happen? Because like, how does the person move on? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. I don't know.
How does a person move on? How do you know that it's the person that, like, there was the connection between the two and not some interdimensional being or something that is mimicking them to get you sucked into some other thing.
It's impossible. Like people go, oh, this being knows something about me that only, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sunshine that lied dormant for so long, you came to me. Now I feel that I belong. Can you hear me call your name? That's one of the interesting things, though, about relationships is that you get a guy who's at the top of the world. Hey, man, you're a rock star. Like, hey, you're at the top of the world. If you don't have that companionship, like, it just, and it's crazy because he says the sunshine in my darkened world was you, the eternal void, infinite true. But when you go down here, he says, the sunshine that lied dormant for so long, you came to me. Now I feel like I belong. So this relationship makes him feel like he belongs.
Right.
Not being on a stage and being adored by, you know, hundreds, thousands of adoring fans. That doesn't make him feel as if he belongs. But being with this woman in this relationship does. And it's cool because when, you know, couples do, like, especially the ones that are really getting along, like they create their own subcultures. They have their own phraseology. They can kind of look at each other on the side of the room, know what each other's thinking, that type of thing. And then when you get to that level, I remember with me and you, like when we were just friends and stuff, like people used to get jealous. They get upset. They're like, how come, you know, you're not like that with me, but you're like that with Sori, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, because I don't like you like that. You know, people would be all upset. Like, I'm like, well, what the fuck, man? I'm allowed to have friends. Like, the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a little subculture that gets created in relationships, like these kinds of relationships where even with our kids, like we're a pretty tight-knit family, but like it's us against them though. Like,
it has to be.
Not that we're against them, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
it is fun. Like, because you can tell sometimes that they're scheming, and like
100%.
all of a sudden, like
100%.
we piece it together, and whenever we piece it together, we're like, oh, word.
Yeah.
It is a fun.
We'll come with a counterattack.
Yep.
Dear listener.
I was like, everybody go to bed.
I'm trained. You're not going to be. There's been a lot of situations that I'm like, the hell did you think you were going to do with that one, you loser? Okay, I mean, there's not, it doesn't really deviate, but I can understand why Stacy would like it because it is
My God, leave him alone. I left the eyebrow because I actually thought it looked sexy.
What happened to my eyebrow?
It was just a little off. But you know what it reminded me of? Like when they do the little and like cut it there because your haircut and it all looks very nice.
He said the right eyebrow did take a hit.
Yeah, but
like there's a real discussion about my eyebrow.
Because Amy was like, "Please fix your eyebrow."
Shout out to Amy. I appreciate you very fucking much. Yeah, so I definitely see why this would be, especially like for the start of the night, because it definitely like makes me feel like it does have an us against the world type vibe, but it was also a pretty thankful song. Like he was being grateful and recognizing like what she, you know, brought to the table in their relationship. And you know, there's a lot of, you know, the manosphere stuff and Pearl and all the other things. It's like men and women are like at war, which of course, like there's always been the quote battle of the sexes, but right now in the social media space, it's really freaking toxic right now as far as like men and women and how they're relating, and there's a lot of blaming going on, and there's a lot of this is what this group is doing right and this is doing wrong, and it's cool to be able to be like, well, you know, at the end of the day,
actually,
no matter how much we evolve, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the day, the building block of society is a dude, and pretty girl catches his eye, and he wants to win that pretty girl. So Fernando came with as much game as he could possibly muster. And I believe, Fernando, you're also a veteran as well. Shout out to Fernando, because he put in work for the country. Shout out to I was just talking about how people who are like not born or like descended from this country, but like would be considered foreigners or would be considered not regular American, whatever people think it is, almost have more dedication, you know, and feel more of a burden for service, however that manifests itself than people who are just born
What do you
here
think that's
and
coming
raised
from?
here.
Like gratefulness of where things are? Or?
I mean, yeah, I think for us, a lot of it was gratefulness. I mean, for me, it's like beyond gratefulness. Like, this is my country, dude. And like, I'm going to ride with this country for better or worse. And you know how I am with my people. Like, you know how I am. Like,
Yeah.
and so, like, I'll be the first one to say we fucked up here, here, and here. But at the end of the day, like, the building block of everything is pretty girl catches a guy's eye. We go over and pathetically do our best to try to get the girl to like us. The girl then gives us the time of day, which then inspires us to be better men. Inspires us to take that promotion, take that risk, do whatever, because you now have somebody that you're working for. And then, as luck would have it, she allows you to reproduce with her. And now you got kids. And now your life before was like all about this woman, and now the both of you, your life is all about this kid. It's a beautiful thing. It's the bread and butter of what makes our society what it is. And it makes it so that everybody doesn't have to live that way. You just need X% of people in a society to live that way, to provide the foundation for a society, and then everybody else can live however the hell they want. You can live an alternative lifestyle. But this right here, this is what it's about. This is how we have freedom and all the other shit that we celebrate. And, you know, it needs to be celebrated. All love needs to be celebrated, for sure. But there are certain kinds of love that build nations. And these two are like the ultimate example. And as Stacy's saying, friendship first. You know, be friends. Can you guys talk about things? Do you guys have a relationship outside of the kids? Because that's important. Like, we got a lot of kids, but believe me, there's a lot of shit that goes on. I had nothing to do with them. Anyway, love the song. Homie said reproducer. How romantic. Yeah, I've been told I'm not the most romantic guy on the planet. You guys can surmise your boyfriend is obviously not very romantic, but it is what it is. I'm still writing the book. What do you give the song?
9.8. I like this one.
I'm gonna give this a solid 9.2. I wanted more lyrics.
I agree.
It was very beautiful, but I wanted more. How else is Shorty affecting you? What else is she doing in your life?
Tell us some more. Yeah, we want to know more. All right, that was called Shelter Me.
That was called Shelter Me by a band named Black Label Society. You might have heard of them. We're Vin and Sori. You might have heard of us. You've definitely heard of Stacy and Fernando, because they're the stars of the motherfucking show.
You're a loser.
Unless you're a loser.
In which case you wouldn't know who they are.
L stands for loser. You know what L stands for? I'm not going to say it. All right.